The last day of Narrator making stories. The house was eerily quiet. For once there were no wild chases, no chaotic summons from Dad, no flying objects thrown by Mikey in rage. Instead, the entire family sat in silence, packing up their things, their equipment, their memories, all with a feeling of deep sadness. Raji sighed as he placed books into a box. Man, this is the end. Mikey nodded. Bro, it feels so weird. Like everything is just over. Mom wiped away a small tear. Sweetheart, we've been through so much. It's hard to say goodbye. Dad stared at his packed belongings, shaking his head. No more summoning downstairs. No more insanity. It's depressing. Raji sat on the couch, staring blankly at the wall. I feel like the whole world just stopped moving. Mikey threw a pencil into a box, groaning. Brah. I don't even want to pack anymore. And just like that, the final day of Raji and Mikey's storytelling madness began, filled with quiet reflection. As Raji and Mikey continued packing in quiet sadness, Mikey suddenly stopped, staring at his phone screen. Mikey blinked. Bro? I think we might have jumped to conclusions too fast. Raji sighed dramatically. What now? Did we miss packing something? Mikey shook his head. Nah, dude. I just checked the updates. New stories are coming out in just 1 week. Raji froze. Mom looked up. Wait. New stories? Dad raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Mikey grinned, turning his phone around. Look. They're releasing new versions of our stories. Same characters but different adventures. Raji stood up fast. Hold up. This isn't the end? Mikey nodded excitedly. Bro, we only have to wait a week and then we get new versions of everything. Raji screamed in joy. I thought everything was over. But it's just a reset. Dad laughed. So instead of an ending, it's a new beginning. Mom smiled. That's actually beautiful. Mikey clapped his hands. All right, boys. Cancel the sadness. We're coming back stronger. And just like that, the dark cloud of sadness lifted, and Raji and Mikey's new journey was about to begin. Final score, emotional farewell, cancelled, new adventures incoming, confirmed. Mikey's celebration levels, through the roof. After discovering that new versions of their stories would be released in just 1 week, Raji immediately jumped into research mode, eager to know what the future held. Mikey grabbed a notebook. All right, bro. Let's figure out everything we can. Raji fired up his laptop. I need exact details. What date? What changes? And what characters will disappear forever? Mom sighed, watching them work. Sweetheart, you're treating this like a historical investigation. Dad chuckled. Well, it kind of is. Raji's research findings. After hours of deep research, scrolling through official updates, forums, and leaked previews, Raji sat back and took a deep breath. Mikey leaned forward. All right, bro. Give me the final results. Raji nodded seriously. Here's what I found. The new versions release next week, on Friday at noon. The stories will have redesigned locations, updated themes, and slightly changed character personalities. Some characters will officially disappear, meaning they won't return in the reboot. Mikey blinked. Wait. Who's getting removed forever? Raji sighed deeply. Here's the tragic list. Dad's summoning power. Prince Jumpy, Lil Bouncer, and Tiny Tad. The shooting star wishing system. The military storyline. Mikey's maximum rage mode. Mikey grabbed his head dramatically. Bro, we are losing so many legends. Raji sighed deeply. I know. This is emotional damage. Mom smiled softly. But, sweetheart, new stories mean new opportunities. Dad nodded. And maybe? New characters will rise. Mikey crossed his arms. Yeah. But I'm still mad about the frogs. And just like that, their research revealed both exciting and heartbreaking truths. One final normal day. With the reboot coming soon, the family decided to have one final, peaceful day doing normal activities for once. Mikey sighed. Bro, this feels so weird. We're actually calm for once? Raji nodded. Yeah, man. No summons. No chases. No absolute destruction. Dad smiled. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. Mom brewed tea. Sweetheart, let's just reflect on all the good times. So for the first time in ages, the family did relaxing things, playing board games, eating quietly, even reading books without chaos. It was strangely peaceful. And just like that, they prepared for the final goodbye. The sad farewell. As the sun set on their last official story, Raji and Mikey stood outside, staring at the sky, fully realizing that an era was ending. Raji sighed deeply. Man. This is really it. Mikey nodded. Yeah. No more old versions. No more chaotic traditions. Mom and Dad walked up behind them, smiling softly. Dad patted Raji's shoulder. But remember, this isn't truly goodbye. The new versions are coming. Mom nodded. And you will create new memories. New chaos. New adventures. Raji took a deep breath. You're right. This isn't the end. It's just a reset. Mikey smirked. And when it happens, we're gonna go even crazier. Raji grinned. Oh, absolutely. And just like that, the family stood together, watching the stars, knowing that even though this chapter was closing, a new one was waiting just ahead. Final score: old stories, legendary and completed new versions. Coming soon. Family's emotional levels, maximum bittersweet energy.